What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another movie review. And today we're taking a look at another movie which recently came on Netflix, which is called Unlucky Sisters. And if you're wondering what the little dude in the bottom left of the screen is doing, that's a little sneak peek at my animation character. That's a little sneak peek at my character design for when I make animated story times at some point. Yes, I am still working on them. I heard a lot of you were excited about them, and this is a little sneak peek, and he will be here for a couple of sort of film reviews just to sort of tease you, get you excited for the animation story times, and just to add a little bit of an extra thing to look at as we're taking a look at these film reviews. He's just gonna be there, doing his little thing, acting like a little mascot for myself as we take a look at these movies, animes, and TV shows, just to make the videos a little bit more high quality, a little bit more interesting. Instead of just pictures flashing up across the screen like a slideshow, it's more like a little animation, a little look through, and a little bit more exciting. So, Unlucky Sisters is a brand new Netflix original directed by Fabina Tiscornia. Sorry if I said that wrong, I definitely butchered that name. But it's a story of two estranged sisters who unexpectedly meet and try to form a bond. So how this movie starts is we get a look at both of these sisters' lives. One of them works in a school. She secretly hates kids and she doesn't want to tell her boyfriend because she's been working with kids for way too long to sort of admit that she just hates fucking kids. And then we have her other sister who is there, and she works like a McDonald's or like a McDonald's adjacent brand, and she hates it there. She gets treated like shit, and it is genuinely just an awful place to work. They find out that their father dies, and oh no, neither of them really gave a shit about their father. Neither of them really had a close bond with their father, so neither of them could tell that it was their father when they went to go and check the body to make sure it was their father. They then inherit a sort of apartment, a very nice apartment, a very automated robotic apartment, and in the wall is a fuck ton of money. There is so much money in that wall. There is so much money. So one of them decides, hey, let's go spend it. It's going to be exciting. The other one's like, no, we can't spend it. It's stealing. It might not be our money. It might be drug money. We don't know what our father was like. We don't know what our father did in his secret life. So they don't spend it for 2 days. Then they go and spend it. They go on a massive shopping spree, and they start to think that people are after the money. It starts to make them go a little bit sort of suspicious on everyone. And their next door neighbor, who's a journalist, comes looking for a package that was left for him. They ought to assume it's the money. They start to shit themselves and say, no, they haven't seen anything. A sort of person that's running for a presidential campaign who was working with the father came into the house and said that, hey, there's a package waiting for us. And, they came in, and guess what? They wasn't actually looking for the money. They were just looking for a book with the presidential campaign inside it. So they get the book and they leave. The girls are very relieved, and they go and try and hide the money somewhere, and they get arrested for money laundering. They bail, the other sister out, and boom. Movie ends with them having a lot of money and a nice apartment. They give some of their money to their parents, to their school, and then they go off and live their own lives in a sort of fancy house in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. I'm going to be honest, the story is very basic. There isn't that many plot twists, there isn't that many sort of twists or turns. It's very basic, very predictable, and the acting isn't that good from the dubbed voice actors, because I watched this movie in a dub. So the dubbed voice actors ain't that good at, sort of persuading emotion. And the actors also in the movie aren't that good at doing emotion either. They both sort of feel quite dead, and they don't want to be in the movie, they don't want to do the movie, they kind of feel quite boring, it feels quite lackluster. There isn't a whole lot about this movie that's that exciting. It is a quite slow movie, a very boring movie. You can understand it without watching it. I had it on as background noise, and the action in the movie is very slow. It just shows us how shitty their lives are, and then how good it is after they find money. So it kind of felt like it was very obnoxious with hey, money's great. Money can help. Look at these two girls with all this money. Look at how much of a fun time that they're having. And The money also shows the corruption in them as well, with them being stressed out that everyone wants this money that they found, that everyone needs the money that they found, that everyone that knew their father is just assumed to want the money. And to be fair, I kind of see where they're coming from, because the president dude did kind of look like a mob boss. I was getting like mob boss vibes from him, especially with his bodyguards, which looked very buff, very hench, and could have thrown one of them through a window of that like 30-story building if they wanted to. Again, not a very exciting movie. The sisters sort of quarrel. They sort of had a little bit of character development towards the end, where they sort of started off hating each other and not wanting anything to do with each other, to then wanting to do with each other and wanting to sort of spend time together and learn about each other's lives and take part in each other's lives. For whatever reason, when they get the house at the end, they both have boyfriends, they both have friends and family living with them, and that's just very strange. These people didn't appear for like the entirety of the movie, but randomly appear at the end when they have like a lot of money. I don't really get it. It wasn't the most exciting movie. I kind of regret watching it. It felt like a waste of time, just because of how slow the movie went on, how much it dragged on, and it was just very boring and very repetitive. We had them finding the money, them wanting to spend it, not spending it, wanting to spend it, not spending it, and then we have a guy looking for it, or who they think is looking for it. He comes into the apartment, he doesn't find it, he goes off with a different item, so they go and spend the money, they a little bit more relaxed. Someone else wants to come to the apartment to look for a gift or something that their father left them, so they shit themselves, and they take them to the apartment, they grab something else, and they end up, getting to keep the money for themselves. It is a very slow, predictable movie, and I don't recommend that you do go watch it for yourself, but I am not your father, mother, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, family member. I'm a stranger on the internet, so my opinion to you doesn't really matter. You can go watch it for yourself if you really, really want to, but I won't recommend it, just because of how shit I think this movie is. I am going to give it a solid, 3 out of 10. I don't think it deserves much higher than that, so yeah, do with that information as you will. The movie is on Netflix if you do decide to watch it for yourself, but I don't recommend it. There's better movies out there for you to watch and spend your time watching. So other than that, bye-bye. The title was wrong. They were very fucking lucky. They wasn't unlucky at all.